Inside the OMG episode number 230. 230 episodes in a row since March 5th of 2019. Coming to you live. Maybe you're watching me on YouTube, maybe on Facebook, maybe even on Twitch. I don't care. I'm glad you're here. Whatever platform you choose, that's the one I want you on. Also, eventually we're going to be able to stream at the same time on Instagram, but you have to wait until you get like a special approval or something. I don't know. So Instagram is being slow to respond with that request. Jimmy, howdy from New York. Mom and Dad, thanks for tuning in. Got a fun show planned tonight. We're going to talk about Olio's show at St. Rocke last Friday night. So I had mentioned that the show was going to be sold out, and I kept talking about, you better get your tickets because it's going to sell out. Well, it did sell out. It sold out right before we hit the stage. There were people that actually were turned away. So Samantha, Wayne, and Dallas, thanks for tuning in. Glad you're here. So people were turned away the night of the show because it was sold out. And I have to say, it was awesome. The energy from the crowd Friday night was really great. It was so much fun to be able to, I mean, that's what you dream of as an artist, that you're able to do what you do, and that interaction, that energy interaction between the band and the audience, where you just become one, and it just becomes this fun thing of this energy that's exchanging between you. It's fantastic. Sarah, thanks for tuning in. So a lot of ground to cover, a lot of videos to share, and some stories to share with you. Some things happened. Capricia, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Some things happened during the show that we were smooth sailing for most of the show, and then a thing happened, and I was totally just like, I can't believe this. And it had to do with my pedal board, of all things. But after the next day, when I looked at the video, I see what happened. We're going to talk about that. And also, we're going to talk about, hey, Chip and Jana, thanks for tuning in. I wish you two were there. It was so much fun. It was really a great show. So good. So it took the next day, or I had to like really pay attention as to what happened to the pedal board, and then I figured it out. But show went on, and Kelly was great in getting me back in gear, because I had a moment of just like, I was so angry. But it all worked out. And not to mention, we ended up getting an encore, which was really great, because they were like, okay, look, you need to be done by 9:15, period. So your set starts at 8:30, but you got to be done at 9:15. If you start at 8:35, you're still done at 9:15. So if you want to start late, you're cutting into your set time, fine. And I was like, well, what if we start early? And they're like, yeah, you can start early. So we hit the stage about 8:15, started getting everything set up, wanted to make sure it was good. So, hey, Jack, thanks for tuning in. I was chatting with your brother Denny today, talking about his son, who's on tour playing stadiums, opening for the Chili Peppers in Europe. How about that? Your nephew's killing it. I had no idea. He's with an artist, a band, King Princess. So shout out to Jack's nephew for like crushing it over there in Europe, opening for the Chili Peppers. How about that? That's pretty amazing. That's what he told me, right? So yeah, so I'm glad you tuned in. Good to see you, Jack. All right, so we're going to kick off the show with the first song, and I'm going to play from the beginning of the show. So we've had Julian Douglas on the show a couple times, and he's a promoter, a concert promoter, and among other things. But now that St. Rocke is back, he's hosting a ton of shows. So he DJs in between bands, and he's also the host, the MC. He comes on stage and he introduces the bands and all that. So we have a great relationship with Julian that dates back to 2017 when we did a battle of the bands at St. Rocke, and we didn't win. And then we did a battle in 2018 and we won. And in 2018 he was the MC, but he wasn't allowed to be one of the judges. But he was rooting for us, so it was really cool. So 2018 we won, and we ended up playing on the beach in Hermosa during their 10th year of the summer concert series on the sand, and 10,000 people show up, and fantastic. We opened for a band called Venice, and had a fantastic time, and Julian was in the mix, and such a big supporter, and he's great. So now that St. Rocke is back, we're doing shows at St. Rocke. We just did our second one. We did one in June. Now we just did one, in July. And Julian was the host for both. So he comes on stage, and he really does a fantastic job with an introduction. And what's really cool about it is he did this. Like, he really wants to see us do well, and he's like, you can't pay for this kind of publicity and just well wishes and kind of, he set it up so great. So there was quite a few Olio fans there, but there was also, a lot of people that had never seen us before. And it was really awesome the way he set it up to where it's just kind of letting you know, hey, these guys have done some things. And oh, by the way, you need to know what the drummer's done. So without further ado, what's up, Barry? I'm going to play... Jack says, sorry, I'm digressing. Jack says, meanwhile, I'm playing crappy guitar for my dog in my room while your nephew's out tearing it up in stadiums across Europe. Yeah, well, hey, good for him. Good for him. Hey, keeping it in the family, right? Making it happen. All good. All right, so I'm going to kick off this episode with the very first song. And one of our good friends of the band, Danny, he was like, man, I can't believe it. You always start your shows with Boom. You've been doing that for years, and you didn't start it with Boom. I was like, what's going on? But I really felt like, let's do something different. For this show, let's do something different. And we kicked it off with a different song than we normally do. Hey, Danny! How about that? I was just talking about you. What's up? And so Danny was just like, I don't know, man. Well, you always start with Boom. But this time we didn't. And I'm really happy with how we started it. So I'm going to kick it off with Julian on stage with us, giving us a fantastic introduction going into the first song. So check this out, and we'll talk some more in a sec.
Holy how we doing, St. Rocke? We got some 80s fans out here tonight. So how many people got a chance to see this band when they played here last month? Their biggest fan, other than your wife.
And she's got a soccer mom shirt.
See?
Thank you.
So I'll give you a quick background. You guys remember this little old club of ours happened to be the greatest venue in all the South Bay for over a decade. And now we're back. Right before hell broke loose in the world, there was this thing called the Battle of the Bands of the South Bay. These guys won. So, if you do your math right, they are the only band to ever do the Battle of the Bands and hold the title now for 4 goddamn years. That's right. Speaking of rock and roll royalty, I wasn't supposed to do this because I kind of was an asshole last time they were on stage here.
And I'm going to do it again.
And I'm going to do it again because this drummer barely made this gig tonight. You see, He plays in a few other bands. Last night he played with a band called Rose Royce, for God's sakes. For you kids, Google that. There was a song called Car Wash, kind of fucking huge. A band called The Gap Band, for God's sakes. The P-Funk All-Stars. And some girl that played music years ago called Donna Summer. So you see what I'm talking about? This band is royalty. So let's get to it. Later on, we got Fast Times. Live it up, main town. No promises to shut out. One shot, get it in. Win. No regrets, no restraint. Running wild without complaint. One life, understood. Get it good. Come on and get it. Do it like it's the first time. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it, good. Party time, celebrate. Throw down this head plate. Pick it up, make it stick. The future goes down. Today is gonna be. And now, go. It's the first time. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it good. Do it like it's the first time. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it good. Let's go. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Before I let you go, come on. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it good. Wow. Do it like it's the first time. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it good. Get it. Come on and get it. Get it. Come on and get it. Get it. Come on and get it. Come on.
All right, get it good. Get it good. What an intro. Man, can't pay for an intro that good. That was awesome. You're right, Jimmy. It was good, right? So thanks, Julian. Really, really appreciate that. And I'm excited. So after the show, I ran into Adam the booker, and he was like, hey, listen, I've got shows coming up. So we're definitely... we've got shows coming up. I can't announce the dates quite yet, but I will say this. Towards the end of October, we'll be at St. Rocke, and there's a couple more before that we're going to be offered some shows. So we got some shows coming up. I'm really excited. So as soon as I know, you will know. And it's going to be a good time. But speaking of St. Rocke, tomorrow night, I'm so honored and thrilled. I will be backing up Alexa Hodzik, my daughter, who is doing the Songwriter Showcase at St. Rocke tomorrow, which is Wednesday, July 26th. I did the showcase last month and had a great time. I did Home. I did I did Boom, Home and Boom. So she's doing two of her songs tomorrow night, and I'm so excited. I'll be on stage with her, backing her up, accompanying her. So if you happen to be in Hermosa Beach tomorrow night, doors are at 7, show starts at 8. And I believe there's 10 performers, and Alexa is the second performer on stage tomorrow. So you want to get there by 8, because you don't want to miss a single note. Don't want to miss anything. So the last showcase, there was really great talent, and I'm sure this one will be no different. It'll be awesome. So Alexa is the second performer of the night tomorrow, so be sure to come out and be on time, and we'll see you there. So that's tomorrow. So that'll be good. All right. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate the thumbs up. Okay, song number 2. So whenever we're crafting a set list, it's always like we're looking at energy and what works one song going into the next and keeping the energy up and the type of show it is. And, we have a lot of songs and a lot of different kind of songs, and Danny brought up how he was bummed that we didn't play Home. And I love that song. And it's like, as an opener, our job is to get the crowd up and ready and primed for the headliner, and especially because the headliner is, they're playing all the upbeat 80s rock hits, right? They're a cover band called Fast Times, and they're super fun. Like the singer, he's dressed up as Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and then you've got like the Motley Crue dude, Nikki Sixx on bass, and you've got they had a keyboard player as well, and then they had this guitar player with crazy long hair, and then the drummer was kind of had the Steven Adler drummer from Guns N' Roses vibe. He was kind of dressed like that. They put on a great show and got the crowd going, and it was awesome. I mean, they put on a good show. It was fun. So I have to be mindful of that, because a lot of the crowd is there to have a good time, and I don't know that they want like a serious subject like home and death and dying and all of that. So I got to save that for when we're the headliner, and we've got 90 minutes to 2 hours, and then our show can just like go up and down, and I can make you cry, and I can make you laugh, I can make you sing, and all those things, everything in between, right? So we just have to save it for that. So how do we do that? Well, the plan is we just keep doing a bunch of shows that we know are going to sell out, keep building our audience so that we can headline and sell it out, and then we can do our thing. Magical. It'd be fun. All right, song number 2 from St. Rocke on Friday night. It's a good one.
St. Rocke, y'all feeling good? Whoa, come on! Thank you so much. We are OMG, in case you don't know.
Hey. Thank you, Denny. Appreciate that. Good energy on that one. Appreciate it. And Rich. Hey, Rich, thanks for tuning in. And Rich, thanks for being at the show. It was so awesome. So Rich came to the show. It was his first Olio show, and so awesome that you were there. Rich has done a fantastic job. It just so awesome, man. Thanks for sharing so many of the posts. And we met Rich through Lauren. Lauren Parkinson was our special guest a couple weeks ago, and Lauren and Rich are good friends. And ever since that introduction, Lauren introduced me to Rich, and Rich has been just so great. So it was awesome to actually meet you in person the other night and hang with you. And Lauren was there, so we had a great time. And you'll see so Beth did an amazing job, as she always does, videoing the show. So later on, she'll kind of get side stage and a little bit behind me, and so she'll pan and you'll see the audience, and you'll see some shots of Rich and Lauren and Alexa and Meredith and Liam and Regina and Sandra and Jeannie. A lot of people were there, and thank you so much. It was so fun. It was so fun. All right, so now we're going into, we're keeping the party going. Song number 3. This was a song that Dee sang, and keeping in that same spirit and the same vibe, it was like, well, Dee was a drummer that sang this song, and so Barry, guess what? You're the one singing this song. And Barry's doing a fantastic job owning it and having fun with it, and it's great. So song number 3 features Barry on lead vocal. Rich, my pleasure. Love you guys. Love Lauren. Such an amazing time, Arif. Absolutely. It was super fun. So I'm so glad you were there with us. All right, song number 3. Here we go. Party up.
But right now we're going to feature Barry Shinoda on lead vocals with Party Up. 1, 2, 3. Satisfaction.
Great energy. Great energy. So good. We're 3 songs in, and we're all having a great time. It's so fun. Yeah, Samantha, Barry does sound great. He just owning it, doing it. That's the thing, you know. Barry does a lot of shows with a lot of artists. And so the day before, he plays with Rose Royce, the band that has they've got quite a few hits. Car Wash, one of their biggest ones. And his whole thing is, I always, you equate it to, like if you're playing basketball and you're on the free throw line and you've been doing it so long, you really just need to rely on muscle memory to get that ball in the basket. You don't have to think about it. As soon as you I better make you're going to hit the rim. It's not going to go in. But if you just let it go and trust and just, it's good. So, Barry's just like crushing it. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So, Barry, thank you, man. You're doing it. You're doing it. And we are so, so blessed to be rocking with you. And I mean, it's clear we're having a great time and it's so fun. So, all right, song number 4. All right, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. We had 3 songs, boom, 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 but we're going to keep the intensity, right? We're going to keep that intensity, but we're going to switch gears stylistically. I really love playing this next song. It's so much fun. And Kelly just visually does such a great job of just being Kelly, right? I mean, it's almost like it's just written perfectly for him. He's so fun to watch. This is so good. All right, so here's song number 4 from Friday Night at St. Rocke.
This is called Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama. She came to Vegas from a mansion, beautiful melodrama, head to toe in golden thread, woven through her dress, snake eyes, shady back, can't believe for a death, love my boy inside his skin, taste is spoiled with sin, when he get right down to it, the money won't fix it, when he get right down to it, hey, money, 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 that's so sick of sins at night, drives up in vintage light, knows the tricks and he's struck it rich, he's the devil's bitch, green lights won't make them cool, pocket change for a fool, ladies good when it's out of sight, there's no love tonight, come on, get right down to it, money on the when you get right down to it, money on the when you get right down to it, yeah, money, all the money won't fix this. Can't buy you love. Daddy, sugar, daddy can't buy true love. Can't buy you true love. Oh no.
Kelly. When I grow up, I want to be like Kelly. Man, he's got moves. He's got the moves. So good. So good. I'm glad I'm in a band with Kelly. I'll tell you that. This one represents Lauren, says Rich. Hey, Rich, that was awesome of you. Can't wait to catch all the pics and vids later after work. By the way, great quality video and audio. I feel like I'm right back at the show. I'm literally sitting here smiling from ear to ear. Love it. Thanks, Rich. Really. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. And yeah, Beth did a great job. And I had, I've got that side camera over by Kelly. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Something just happened to my chat. One sec here. What happened? One sec as I get the chat thing back up and running. Hopefully it didn't kick you out like it kicked me out. Okay. Oh boy, traffic lights. So I have to do all this, like, you know, verify that it's really you. Oh, here we go. Oh. All right, there we go. I'm back. That's weird. I don't know why it kicked me out of the chat, but anyway, I'm good. So, with all that, now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, really trying to get it in there. Hey, Beth, thanks for tuning in. Oh, Beth did it. That's it. Thank you, Beth. She did an amazing job capturing the show, and it really makes you feel like you're there because the way she's moving. And she was, when she watched a little bit of it back, she was like, I'm surprised how steady I was because I was dancing the whole time, and she did great. I have the side, you know, my phone on the side that's over by Kelly, and when I set it up, I feel bad because I cut Barry in half, and so I wanted a full shot of Barry as well, and I blew it on that, so I apologize to Barry. So I'm cutting, you know, I cut back and forth between the cameras. Mostly it's what Beth took. Got great coverage there, which ended up working out perfectly. So, yeah. Thank you, Beth, right? Brian, what's up? Brian, you tuned in. Awesome to have you here. Very cool. Yep, you were dancing. You sure were. And it was great. It was great, so thank you. All right, next song. Where are we at? Song number 5. Okay, so this song, so, you know, we started with the first 3 and they were up, 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 and then we've got this kind of reggae vibe with the ska kind of chorus thing that's happening. Barry's back. What's up, Barry? Oh man, I've been like singing your praises this whole time and you didn't even get to hear any of it. So I'm just going to tell you, you're awesome. And I love you. You're great. Okay? Okay. So it was like, okay, well, what should we do next? And there was a lot of like talking in between songs, and we were wishing people happy birthday, and I'm not showing you all that in between stuff. But the next song we did, certain songs resonate with certain people, and our friend Meredith absolutely loves this song, and so whenever she comes to a show, she's like, you know, I'm not telling you what you should play, but I'm just saying, you know, if you do this song, it's my favorite song and it'd just be awesome. And so I announced that we're going to do the song, and she's just so excited. So you see her in the beginning of this next clip. she's jumping up and down, and you're thinking, oh man, this song's probably like, if you've never heard the song, it's like, wow, it's probably going to be like this crazy intense song. And it's not. It's a heartfelt song, and it's like mid-tempo type tune, and it's all about just loving on your friends, right? And but it's great. Her reaction is genuine, and it's just so heartwarming and so awesome. So thank you, Meredith. Thank you for loving this song as much as you do. It really, really means a lot. All right, here we go. Next song coming at you for Meredith.
That's what this song is. It's called Hello Goodbye, Meredith. This one's for you.
I'm pausing it for just a second because I forgot to mention, you see the fast time sign? You see the fast time sign that's in front of the drum riser, in front of Barry? It's on the floor, but it's, big white writing, fast times. Pay attention to that sign little after the bridge section of the song and see what happens. Meredith's energy and Alexa's energy So awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so Beth says, what you don't see is Barry fixing it and pulling his bass drum back in place and not missing a beat. That's what I'm talking about. Like, just, that's the kind of stuff, you know, as a drummer who, he's got all these intricate parts and he's doing cymbal swells and this off syncopated different things happening to enrich the whole experience. And then the sign falls down, which knocks his bass drum, slides it forward. Now he's pulling on his bass drum and still playing the song. So if you're just listening to it and you're not even noticing that he's got to deal with that stuff, you don't even know that that's going on. That's how good Barry is. That's how good he is. So I wasn't even aware that the sign had fallen. I wasn't aware that any of that happened. The security guard, one of the security guys, Anthony, he came up, fixed the sign, put the sign back in place. No big deal, made it, you know, just smooth transition. And I was in my own little artist world, singing my song, not paying attention. Funny. And all this stuff's going on. So, man, people doing their stuff, doing their jobs. So great. So great. All right, Rich, I know you're gone already, but when you watch this back, just want to say thanks so much for tuning back in and enjoy the rest of the content as we continue live without you here. All good. Yeah, so there's that. All right, so what's coming up next? Okay, got it. All right, so next, just trying to think if anything happens in this song that is out of the ordinary. I don't think so, but as I'm watching it back with you in real time, I'll point anything out if needed. But this is always a fun one to play, and this song was originally sung by Dee, and I just love this song so much and just want to keep this song out there and performing it. And every time I sing it, I'm always thinking of Dee and just trying my best to do it justice. And like Danny said, Danny noticed, he was like, hey man, rich people problems. Yeah, I love that song. And Dee was just, oh, that's Dee's song. It was awesome. I like what you did. I can appreciate what you did. A good job. I appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm doing it how I do it. But the original way is just the best. But I'm doing it to honor my friend, keep that song alive, keep that song out there, have new audiences hear it. Maybe they'll go and check out Apple Music and Spotify and add it to their playlist and play it so they can hear the original with Dee singing on it, because it's just so good. All right, so here's the next song of the night. And Dee, love you, dude. All right, this is for you.
Miss my way, if you want to take a piece of us home tonight, we got a bunch
My
of stuff
number
over
is
there.
323. Sorry.
Is that really your number? I thought it was 818.
Kelly threw me off with that one. If you want to take a piece of us home tonight, my number's 2137. Never mind. So good. All right, Barry. Barry's saying, sorry, played it too fast. That was show tempo. I totally get it. I totally get it. Still felt good. Still felt energetic, and it was working. It was working. So we'll play around with it. Maybe next show we'll, go back to more of the recording tempo. But that's so funny. Going back to Party Up, which was the third song, when you've got so much adrenaline when you're performing, it's really hard to know tempos because you're just like, this is so good, this is so energy, right? And so Barry did an excellent job with Party Up and really pulling back on the tempo and not getting caught up in in the adrenaline. So when we started Party Up, while we were doing it, I just thought, oh man, this is so slow. This is so slow. And we stuck to it and played the song. And then the next day when I watched the video, I'm watching Party Up and I'm like, oh man, it's not slow at all. It's actually perfect. It's right. Barry was right. But you're so caught up in that adrenaline that you just think, oh no, it's gotta be faster. Energy. And in fact, that's not always the case. So yeah, okay, Rich People Problems, a little faster, but we kind of always historically did that song a little faster live because just it's kind of what happens. It's okay. It's all good. Not a problem. All right, so we're coming up to the end of the hour, and I still have quite a few songs to share. So let me look at where we're at. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 more songs to get to. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is this. I'm feeling like we should save the rest of the songs for next Tuesday, and we go over kind of the other things that happened during the night next week, because a lot of good stuff coming. Yeah, actually, I think that's a really strong idea. So next week we're gonna do Saint Rocke recap part 2. All right, part 2. So I'm gonna leave you with a closing song like we normally do, but I'll stay on here for a sec in case there's any questions, any comments. Happy to address anything. We can get into just a quick little story if needed, but I'll share the rest of the videos next Tuesday. I think that's the best thing to do, and then that gives us a lot to talk about. And because there's a little segment that I want to take the video and like slow it down and dissect it a bit, so we can talk about that, which will be cool. Yeah, so that'll be on episode number 231 next week, which I think will be August 1st. Wow, July is just flying by, right? Crazy. Is that right? August 1st or July 31st? I think July 31st is Monday, so yeah, it'll be August 1st. All right. So this has been Inside the OMG, episode number 230. I so appreciate you all tuning in and participating and sharing with me and participating and commenting and everyone from all over the place, which is awesome. I love seeing all of you on here, and So great. So, reminder, tomorrow night, if you happen to be in Southern California, Hermosa Beach, St. Rocke, there's a songwriter showcase. Alexa is one of the featured performers. I'll be backing her up. She's doing 2 songs, and she's the second one to go on. So doors are at 7. The show starts at 8. So definitely get there before 8 o'clock and enjoy the show. We'll hang out. I'll be hanging out all night because I want to see all the performers, so we'll have a good time together, chilling as we watch the other performers and doing what we do as well, so it'll be a good time. All right. Have a great week. Much love to all of you. Until next time, until episode 231, this is Arif signing off. I'm going to leave you with this track that we recorded in the south of France with Eddie Kramer, Hypnotized. Been around the world, seen a lot of things. Oh my, what tomorrow brings. In a flash before my eyes, oh yeah, I'm hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Seen the tried and the true, nothing novel, nothing new. A siren in disguise. Oh yeah, I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. All I can think to do is how I'm gonna get next to you. Can't deny I'd burn for you, drawn into your trance so smooth. Hypnotized, hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Don't break your spell. Throw me in your wishing well. A siren in the sky.
me.